Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a very spongy and soft buns. For that, here are the ingredients. In this bowl, I have 500 gram of flour, 2 teaspoons of instant dry yeast, 6 tablespoons of rice bran oil, then 3 tablespoons of sugar, half teaspoon of salt, and 400 ml of fresh milk. So now let's start the process. I have placed a pan on the stove. I'm going to warm up the milk a little bit, not hot but say lukewarm. So here I pour the milk, and once it becomes lukewarm, I'm going to add the yeast and the sugar. The milk is lukewarm now, so into this I'm going to add the sugar, then the instant dry yeast, and I'm going to mix this thoroughly. I'm not going to keep it aside to let it activate. Instant yeast doesn't need any activation, so we can use it instantly. Into this I'm going to add the flour and knead with my hand. I'm going to add half teaspoon of salt also, and I'm going to knead again. Now I'm going to add around 3 tablespoons of oil. And I'm going to knead this again for around 10 minutes. I kneaded this dough for nearly 10 minutes. In the beginning it was very sticky, but now it doesn't stick to our hands. So the more we knead, the less sticky it becomes. So when you press, see, it's bouncing back, isn't it? So that is the perfect dough. Now I'm going to cover this and keep it in a warm place to proof for around 1 hour. Before I keep the dough aside for 1 hour to proof, I'll pour around 1 tablespoon of oil and spread it all over, and after that only I'm going to cover it and keep it aside. So here I cover it with a lid and keep it aside for an hour to proof. Hey, look at this. It has proofed so nicely, isn't it? Double in size. So now I'm going to punch this and knead for around 10 minutes. So here I punch. Wow, it's fun punching the dough, you know. I'm going to stretch, knead like this. In this way I'm going to knead the dough for nearly 10 minutes until and unless it starts forming its gluten and the dough becomes stretchy. I have kneaded the dough for 5 minutes. After that I have spread some oil, around 1 tablespoon of oil here. So I'm going to knead again for another 5 minutes. So altogether it will be 10 minutes, isn't it? So here it is. After kneading for 10 minutes, this is what I got. So soft, isn't it? And look at this. It's bouncing back, isn't it? So now I'm going to cut this dough into equal portions and shape the buns. So here I cut the dough like this. Then again like this. Then like this. Now this one. Now I take this also. Okay, first finish up this. Let's finish up this, and after that only I'll cut the other half. So here I take one ball, and then I'm going to shape this with the help of my hand like this and give a round shape like this. So one by one I'm going to roll all the dough into this round shape. Before I complete shaping all the buns, let's arrange the mold. Here I have a 9-inch baking mold. If you don't have this type of molds, you can even use these steel bowls also. Now I'm going to grease this first on all the sides. After that, I'm going to put all the shaped buns into this baking mold. I'll show you how to do. So in this way, I'm going to grease the baking mold with some butter. You know why do I grease like that? If we don't grease the mold like this, the buns will get stuck at the bottom. So it's very necessary to grease the baking molds like that. So now I place the rolled buns into this mold. So one by one, I'm going to place all the buns into this mold. So in this way, I have shaped all the buns. This I'm going to cover it and keep it for the second proving for around 45 to 50 minutes. So in this way, I'm going to cover it and keep it aside for the second proving for around 50 minutes. Look at this. After keeping for the second proving for around 50 minutes, you can see how nicely they have proved, isn't it? Now this I'm going to pop it inside the oven and bake for 20 to 25 minutes. Wow, look at the buns. So beautiful, isn't it? Just now I took out from the oven. So once they cool down, I'll show you how they have turned out to be. So here it is, our soft and spongy buns. I will show you by pressing how soft they have turned out to be. Look at this. Look at this. So spongy, isn't it? I'll break and show you the texture also. Look at this. Look, see. Look at this. Look at the texture. So I'm sure you will try to make this recipe. If you like watching my video, please give a thumbs up, share and subscribe, and please do comment also. Thank you so much for watching.